In just a few years, TikTok went from being a fledgling app to a global phenomenon. It reshaped the way we consume content, captivating millions with its short, catchy videos. But rumors of TikTok's potential doom are becoming harder to ignore. Join us as we try to answer the burning question, is TikTok finished? The origin of TikTok is a tale of three apps. The first, Musical.ly, was launched in 2014 from a small company in Shanghai. The app quickly gained popularity amongst US audiences who were craving the short-form content that Vine had previously provided. Chinese tech giant ByteDance noticed the success of the app and launched its own short-form content app called Douyin. It became extremely popular in China and Thailand, giving ByteDance the capital it needed to acquire Musical.ly. By August 2018, ByteDance had rebranded the app to the name we all know it by today, TikTok. TikTok's global expansion was a smashing success. The app has expanded to over 150 countries and is now available in over 75 languages. Over 1 billion users worldwide actively use TikTok. This is wildly impressive, as it makes TikTok the 6th most popular social media platform in terms of users, beating out competitors like Snapchat that have been around for longer. It's estimated that 2/3 of all US teens aged 18 to 19 use TikTok. These numbers decrease as we look at older users, however. Only 16% of consumers from 60 to 64 are TikTok users. But the app is so popular that it's actually the platform that social media users in the US are most active on, and marketers are paying attention. US adults on average spend about 45.6 minutes per day on YouTube, beating Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook by over 10 minutes. But TikTok has maintained the top spot, with consumers spending an average of 45.8 minutes per day actively using the app. This has attracted advertisers because the more time people spend on the app, the higher the chance for consumers to see their content and engage with their brand. So what exactly is it that makes TikTok stand out from other established platforms? The heart of TikTok's success is its algorithm. The longer that consumers interact with the platform, the better the algorithm becomes at making sure that the content they consume is directly related to their interests. This makes the scrolling experience both personal and addictive. The For You page constantly evolves with the user's behavior, ensuring an engaging feed every time they open the app. And TikTok also allows users to follow specific creators, tailoring a following feed specific to each account. But with immense popularity comes immense scrutiny. And just like many tech giants that have come before it, TikTok is no exception. With TikTok's quick rise in users came an influx of creators eager to share their content. The company was very successful, and with the flood of consumers, it seemed an excellent environment for creators to monetize their content like they were able to on platforms like YouTube. YouTube has an ad-sharing agreement with creators that gives 55% of any ad revenue made on a video to the channel that the video belongs to. This led content creators to believe that they would be met with similarly fair wages on TikTok. But this was not the case. TikTok created the Creator Fund, which was supposed to contain enough money to pay content creators their fair share. However, because of the way the platform's structured, creators are being paid 6 times less on TikTok than they would be on YouTube, with no increase in revenue if TikTok grows in popularity. This has led content creators to move their short-form content to competitors' platforms like YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels. TikTok has continued to grow despite the emerging competition, leaning on the platform's social structure of dedicated TikTokers to maintain its content base. But competition isn't the only thing that TikTok has to worry about. Governments worldwide have begun to raise suspicion about the app, citing concerns over data privacy and national security. In 2020, then-President Donald Trump issued an executive order aiming to ban TikTok, alleging that the platform posed a threat to national security by potentially handing over American data to the Chinese government.
Your platform should be banned.
The ban went through a roller coaster of legal battles and never fully materialized, as the US government was hesitant to agree with any executive order that Donald Trump created. But the damage to TikTok was done. India, another major market for TikTok, succeeded in imposing an outright ban on the app in June 2020. This meant a loss of nearly 200 million users, a significant hit to TikTok's global presence. In 2022, talks of a TikTok ban in the United States picked up again. President Biden signed a bill prohibiting the use of TikTok on federal government devices. This led many states to follow suit, including Texas, Alabama, Georgia, and Virginia.
Montana has become the first state in the U.S. to ban TikTok.
In May 2023, the governor of Montana even went further by signing Senate Bill 419, a bill that'll effectively ban TikTok for anyone living in Montana starting January 1st, 2024. TikTok is challenging the Montana bill in federal court, while the Committee on Foreign Investment in the U.S. has been investigating whether user data has been properly safeguarded from ByteDance employees. TikTok has since formed a team to specifically deal with U.S. relations and has committed to spending $1.5 billion on a plan known as Project Texas, which would put a stronger firewall between TikTok users and the employees working at ByteDance. The negotiations between the U.S. government and TikTok are ongoing. President Biden has hinted that if ByteDance doesn't sell TikTok to an American-owned company, the U.S. might ban the app completely. A total ban across the U.S. would absolutely devastate the platform. Another threat to TikTok is simultaneously its greatest asset, its algorithm. Critics argue that TikTok has created echo chambers that can reinforce and promote diverse, racist, and extremist ideologies. A series of investigations into the platform's content found alarming trends. For instance, certain videos that perpetuated stereotypes gained traction far more quickly than more inclusive or neutral content. Videos promoting white supremacy, hate speech, and misinformation were often pushed to a wider audience by the algorithm. This could effectively radicalize unsuspecting users or further cement such views among targets that are already predisposed to them. Teens, who make up a large part of the platform, are still forming their worldviews and can inadvertently be drawn into extremist views and false information. Reporters highlighted instances where young users have been exposed to graphic or disturbing content that glamorizes harmful behaviors like self-harm, eating disorders, and substance abuse. These issues spotlight a significant flaw in the platform. The algorithm seems to prioritize sensational, divisive, or even misleading content because of its higher engagement metrics. In response to these growing concerns, many are urging TikTok to implement more robust content moderation systems and parental controls. However, the evolving nature of the platform makes this a significant challenge. There are proactive steps that TikTok can take to ensure it continues to succeed in the global social media landscape. A crucial part of its strategy must involve rebuilding trust through unparalleled transparency. To regain the confidence of its vast user base, governments, and advertisers, TikTok should open its doors to independent audits and publicly release results. There's also a pressing need to re-examine and revamp its algorithm. Personalization cannot come at the expense of user safety. TikTok should enforce more human control of the algorithmic choices versus just relying on AI. A heightened visible moderation team, bolstered by partnerships with third-party organizations, could help in setting and upholding content standards. This would instill a sense of safety among its users, as well as the governments that the app has been struggling to collaborate with. A revamp of the Creator Fund offering comparable monetization avenues for content creators will also be necessary to avoid creators flocking to other platforms. Empowering its vast user base could be TikTok's secret weapon to ensure that it remains the go-to platform for creators. And to avoid future legal troubles, proactively working with governments would be beneficial. Actively working towards ensuring data safety, rather than waiting for regulations and bans, will ensure critics that TikTok is continuously prioritizing their consumers and their needs. So, is all lost for TikTok? That depends on its next move. The challenges it faces are formidable, but not insurmountable. The app, for better or worse, has revolutionized how content is consumed and shared. It can continue to evolve as a platform or perish. Whether TikTok succeeds or fails will potentially define the landscape of short-form social media for years to come. Only time will tell if TikTok can adjust and continue its success, or if it'll just become another app people used to enjoy. And with that, the video's come to an end. Comment down below about your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest video. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.